Nobody said it was easy, like you may have read. They spilled the wine in your cup and choked you with the bread. Couldn't they see the distance that was growing in your eyes? Gave them no resistance, no sound when you cried. Looking back, it's all a dream, the pain so real inside, like a child in the rain, needing a place to hide. As the dust starts to settle and smoke begins to rise, a ray of hope sparkles in your eyes. Now, my friends, the time has come, the story to a close. If you listen very hard, you'll hear the desert rose. Doug Billings wrote that for me 20-some odd years ago. It was shortly after I had lost my virginity, because he was one of the only, I'm sure I shouldn't say one of, he was, he was, I think I have water in my ear. He was the only person, male or female, who responded to one of my ads, usually from the Boston Phoenix, looking for somebody to collaborate with songwriting, collaborate with. He was the only one I ever slept with. I didn't sleep with him for any other reason than that I liked him, because if you're going to think I slept with him because I thought that would make him more inclined to keep his promises, which he didn't keep anyway, but we did remain friends and lovers occasionally, fuck buddies, whatever you want to call it. We were friends. We were he's the type of fuck buddy I would want now, because he genuinely cared about me. We couldn't be boyfriend and girlfriend, but he cared about me, and he lusted after me simultaneously, okay? It was mutual attraction, and we just clicked, He was the only one I ever slept with. I slept with him because I liked him, because he turned me on, and I never slept with anyone, anyone after that. Nobody. I didn't want to, and I didn't do it. They all broke their big, their promises to me. He did too, unfortunately, but he was a good friend, nevertheless. So, if you happen to know him, he used to have a business called D&B Tree and Landscaping, something like that. If you know him, you tell him Laura P. still remembers the poem you wrote for her like 20 years ago, okay? And obviously he wrote that for me after I had shared things about myself with him. And he actually wanted to read stuff. He wanted to read my essays. I've said this before. He wanted to read stuff, and that's, And I believe, I'd already slept with him. I slept with him kind of immediately. It wasn't supposed to happen. I had vowed I was not going to mix business and pleasure. I wasn't going to mix this ever. But I was over his place, and he gave the most incredible massage, and I was putty in his hands, pretty much. Gave me the most, that typical thing that guys who know how to do it, Anyway, that is neither here nor there. He wrote that poem for me like 20 years ago, and I still remember it by heart. But I really liked him, and he was too busy with his music and whatnot to have a girlfriend or to anything. So I went on to the musician that I'm still friends with now, good friends with, like almost 20 years later. And this man I didn't meet through one of my ads. It was just chance. I met him at this stupid club I used to go and get shit-faced at and dance at. Local club I could walk to because I didn't drive. And it just was chance that this guy had even gone to that club. He didn't like that kind of stuff. He just had gone there that night for whatever. It was meant to be. We're still friends now, really good friends. He's the one I spent the 3 months with this past August and December. End of August till beginning of December, so a little over 3 months. And when all this started happening with my mom, whatever, Joe, when I was saying I wanted to die and whatnot, he's like, there's no need to want to. We're all going to die someday anyway. And he's right, Anybody who's honest, one thing we can agree upon, I mean, even if you're not being, the one thing we can all agree upon, every last human being on this planet, is we didn't put ourselves here, at least not knowledgeably. We did not put ourselves here. So if something else other than us put us here and we defiantly, remove ourselves before our time, well, that something else might not be too happy. I mean, that's how I look at it. There's a lot of ways to look at it, I suppose. I actually, back in LA, met with this guy off of Craigslist. I learned. You think I don't learn? I learn things. I learned doing that, searching for collaborators. They all lied to me. Some of them clearly wanted to get in my pants, and some of them just were not talented at all. It was just a big fucking ridiculous mess, and I gave up eventually. But I've periodically taken Craigslist ads out for different things, for friends, I was going through hell with whatever and wanted to talk about it. And then this one guy but I did ask for a picture because, unfortunately, that's how it goes. These guys, you could say you're looking for a friend, and I just don't believe any of you men. I think you're all looking to get in the woman's pants, okay? The ones who say, I just like to massage women. I do it because they're all looking to get into the woman's pants. I experienced that one time and never again as well, okay? You think, well, I don't have to be attracted to this guy who's offering a free massage because he swears up and down he's just looking to massage women for free and likes to do it and is not looking for sex. No, it's all bullshit. It's all bullshit. Men especially, you're just full of shit, okay? You're just full of shit. And this guy just was not the one that massaged me. He was alright, but this one that I just wanted someone to talk to. And I stressed it over and over in my ad. I stressed it even. And when he sent me his picture, and then he really was not attractive at all. So when I was going to kind of back away, he kind of got defensive and was like, oh yeah, I get it, whatnot, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, okay, we'll meet, all right, we'll meet. So we meet, and we talk, and he's smart and whatnot. I believe this is when I wanted to talk about the Chad Kroeger shit. How Chad Kroeger had fucked him. I can laugh now. It wasn't funny then. Oh, not in the least. Okay? Not in the least. It wasn't funny. It's just like my mom gets upset if I don't believe her about the gods and goddesses tormenting her. She's like, you don't believe me. I'm like, well, I don't know what I believe, Mama. But in any case, that's how I was about the Chad Kroeger thing. So I met with this guy at night. Where were we going to go to talk? As it turned out, and then he got defensive again. I'm like, you know what, this is ridiculous. You know, I just wanted to go and sit somewhere, like in a bowl, somewhere where you could just, you can't just sit there for free. You'd have to buy something. And, you know, you kind of look stupid if you just, and I had like, I remember I was on welfare at the time, and I had a couple, and he didn't even have a couple bucks. So of course I'm going to say, you met with me, you don't even have a couple bucks. You got all defended. Well, I get paid that. I'm just a couple bucks to get a water or get something, you know. It was just ridiculous. It was awkward. It was whatever. In the end, we sat outside Vaughn's and talked. And he was smart, at least, and we talked about stuff. We talked about suicide. And that's why it relates to what I was saying about Joe, because, you know, he says, we're all going to die eventually, you know, why want to? And then people say, well, you know, you don't remove yourself from this planet before your time. Well, according to this guy, he knew this woman, and he adhered to her philosophy apparently 100%. That, because I said to him, look, I've wanted to die. I've wanted to die a lot. I really, really hate this existence. Don't want to be here. Don't really care for myself. Even though I recognize there are things about me that other people admire, I don't like myself pretty much because I hate existence. So that makes me a freak. You know, I don't like myself for reasons other than the superficial crap. You know, the crap that doesn't mean anything much, except it like I said, it's fun. It's fun to see what I can do and what I can accomplish and how thin I can get and how much I can fuck over Marion just by existing. Pretty much. Because that's pretty much why she hated me. I've never done anything remotely. She hates me for existing, for whatever. For being who I am, Anyway, this guy and his friend's philosophy, the reason that I never killed myself because it wasn't my time to go. He believes that people kill themselves. It was their time to go. That's what he believes. I think his friend, if I recall, it might have been actually his friend, her husband, to punish her, like killed himself right next to her in the bed. I believe he told me that. Like, oh, that's horrible. But anyway, he's known people that have committed suicide. He believes that, and he believes that I'm still alive, even despite wanting to die for so long, because it wasn't my time to go. That's what he says. That's what he believes. And I'm like, because I was trying to understand, I'm like, how come they have it in them to kill themselves and I never have, and blah, blah, blah. And he's like, it was their time to go. Well, that's what he believes anyway. I don't know. There are people, because I've known one or two who commit suicide, who believe in the heaven-hell that I call, you know, the heaven-hell BS, that I consider BS anyway, that other people believe, you know, 100%. But I even asked one, I was like, you were going to kill yourself thinking you were going to go in hell, to burn eternally in hell? And he's like, yeah. I don't get it. Why would you ever kill yourself if you really, really believe in hell and that you're going to go to hell forever? Forever. Not even for 1,000 years, not even for 1,000,000, but for all eternity. People are strange. I count myself among that bunch. But when you're willing to talk, when you're willing to not be not just be a phony or willing to not hide and not be phony and to share how you feel, you encounter other people willing to do the same thing. I've even had deep conversations with my previous, on occasion, my one-night stands, One time, a guy I didn't sleep with told me he had just attempted suicide recently. He was in the mental hospital recently. See, I meet weird people, not intentionally. I guess they're drawn to me, I don't know. Or maybe it's fate, whatever. Anyway, he was a nice enough guy, and he didn't rape me, and he didn't, I went back to his place. I don't think we even did anything, actually. I'm sure I must have, I don't remember. I know I didn't sleep with him, though, I know that. And I know I didn't do any other stuff. We might not have done anything. We might have just talked or something, I don't know. I probably have it all written down somewhere. I kept track of all this shit. I kept track of everything. That's what I do. But if you believe in the theories of reincarnation or parallel universes or alternate realities or any of this stuff, it makes way more sense to me than the one life and you either go to heaven or go to hell eternally, You can also say if you commit suicide, you might it's like going out for a loaf of bread, and you never got the bread because you didn't finish your life, so then the next life you're going to have to go out for that same bread and the same bread and the same bread and the same bread until you do it, so might as well just stay in this life and get the bread. I don't know. So this is still my size 10 express skirt. I was all excited because I fit into the damn 10. And as you can see, it still fits me. It's still, it's not like super tight. I can still get my hands down in it. So it's still pretty much the same weight. Still pretty much the same weight. I still fit into this skirt fine. And this doesn't stretch. That's why I point out that I still fit into this size 10 skirt bag, because the jeans are size 10 too, the ones I was all excited about that I bought while I was at Joe's. He didn't particularly care for the pants I had brought with me to his house. Taken with me to his house. So I let him help me pick out a couple of pair of jeans. As long as I got two of the same kind in different colors because I really liked them and he thought they looked good on me. So. Today I took my shower and I'm going to dry my hair. Tomorrow maybe I'll go to the mall. Maybe I'll take the bus to the mall and see about getting fitted for sneakers. Can also put on some shorts and actually I don't know when I'll be home. still don't know if these size 11 New Balance I'm definitely not going to keep them. I'm going to get fitted and see what I decide to do. I don't know. I don't know what I'm going to decide to do. I walked Omar for an hour 2 days in a row. Very, very slowly. Very slowly, very leisurely. Can't do that when it starts, getting hot out. It's not hot out, and I did it at 5 o'clock at night both times, so around that, 4:35. Yesterday was 4:40 to 5:40, and the other night was 5:05, or 5 minutes of 5 to 5 minutes of 6, I believe. Yeah, if you know me by now, I have been obsessing over suicide forever. For like 30 years, more maybe. Because I just always think, how come the people who commit suicide don't think, well, what if I'm wrong? What if I wake up on the other side and I wasn't supposed to kill myself and I'm still conscious, That's what I think. That's what I've always thought. I don't like how easily we can commit suicide. I don't like how easily, people can kill each other. I don't like it, but that's reality. That's our reality. We're just little, I don't know what we are. I just know, like I said in last night's video before I went to bed, earlier than I've been going to bed lately, thank God. What time did we go to bed last night? Oh, by 11:30, I think, right? Better than the night before. It was like 2:30 because I was doing stuff on my computer. Like I said, I don't care. For whatever, we're here. We as far as I'm concerned, we don't know why, and people who think they do know why are arrogant fucks, but that's another story. As far as I'm concerned, we don't know why we're here. We don't know who put us, what put us here. You are not, I mean anybody, Marion, the world, anybody, you're not going to tell me. You are not going to dictate who I can become, who I can be, okay? Now in the end, I might not be able to become anything. I might wind up self-destructing. I might wind up accidentally or not committing suicide or slow or whatever. But you are not going to say, you as in anybody, you're not going to decide for me. You're not going to decide that, just like my song that I wrote many years ago when I was living with Donald, knock me to the ground because you think that's where I should be. And you always reach that place formed so long ago, the one I let you create, the one I never show. Something in my eye, Of course, something in my eye refers to tears or whatever, but you hide them. See? I'll tell you why. Just something in my eye. Can I begin? When I'm not even allowed to be in my own skin. Never make you proud. Instead you turn on me, knock me to the ground. 'Cause you think that's where I should be, and you always reach that place formed so long ago, the one I let you create, the one I never show. You are not going to dictate, you as in general, who I am, who I can become, what I can be or not. Like, just like Marion has forever wanted to be. I didn't ask for her help when I was in my 20s, and she was like, you know, Laura, you can just, you know, you can call this job and you can do this. You go away. I'm not asking for your help, okay? If I ask for your help, it's one thing. Otherwise, butt out of my fucking business, Marion, okay? Out of my fucking business. You're not going to tell me who I can be or what I can accomplish or what I should do in this life. I want to be a goddamn porn star. I can be that, okay? You're not going to determine who I am or who you deem me worthy of being, like Marion has forever tried to do, okay? And you can say she's just one person. No, she's not. There's plenty of her out there. I just haven't encountered them or didn't, you know what I mean? The same thing with there's plenty of Marions out there. You don't get to decide. You do not get to fucking decide. I've seen people who become stars, women who I didn't think, or even men, you know, but I'm just going to go by women who were not very attractive. They became stars because I'm sure at some point they were probably told they were not that, you know, you're not attractive enough to become an actress or whatnot, and they said, fuck you. But they also, a lot of them probably had supportive parents or whatnot who, you know, I can name a few off the top of my head, but I won't. I'm just saying, I wasn't mentally ill, like Marion said, just because I believed I could accomplish more than the 9-to-5 grind, the 9-to-5 rat race or whatnot, okay? You're not mentally ill for believing in yourself. Just look at the ant, you know? Right, Omar? Once there was a silly old ant, thought he could move a rubber tree plant. Anyone knows an ant can't move a rubber tree plant, but he has high hopes. See? The ant. Ant was called crazy to think he could move the rubber tree plant. Where would I be now if I had just listened? My father led me to believe I was shit. My father didn't give me a penny to start college. My father wouldn't even pick me up at the goddamn grocery store that was 2 miles away that I was working at night on the weekend so I could save up money for college. I rode my bike 2 miles home in the dark by this big field, and I used to think, you know, someone could jump out and kill me. My dad didn't care. And he can deny all this shit all he wants. It's in my fucking journal that I kept. I kept that journal. I have it written down. One of the things that I can't stand was my father wouldn't pick me up at the grocery store. I was working to save up money to go to college because I knew damn well I wasn't going to get a penny from him to go to college, okay? I could have become barefoot and pregnant for all he had fucking cared. I'd get A's and B's. They'd be like, why didn't you get all A's? You know, it's, fuck you. Still don't hate you as much as I hate Marion. That's because I haven't had to deal with you, and I've had to deal with her. Endlessly, continuously. Nobody on this planet is going to tell me who I can be or not, okay? In the end, sure. You know, it could fall flat on my face and whatnot, but it's like that stupid Miley Cyrus song that The Voice sang, you know? The woman on The Voice sang, The Climb, you know? If I had listened to people, I wouldn't even have, I'd be this big, eating bonbons in my bed, you know? Or I would have just wound up pregnant, or, you know, just in some trailer park with 1 million kids, or I never went to school, or never whatever, okay? You're not going to dictate who it can become in this life or who it can be. I crawled out of the fucking gutter. I come from nothing. I come from an abusive, dysfunctional background that a lot of people would not have survived, okay? That my cousins, whose mom recently died, couldn't even fathom, right? Couldn't even fathom the shit. She couldn't even fathom it. I created myself out of nothing, okay? Some guy first, people are so full of shit. Just like those Craigslist guys who say, oh, I just want to massage a woman, I'm not after sex. Well, you're all after sex, you're full of shit, okay? You're full of shit. I just want a friend, you're full of shit. You're full of shit, okay? You're full of it. Just like this guy, he's blocked, but one of the, that's back when I wasn't reading my comments, but he started off, oh, Laura, you know, I really think we could be together, we could be whatever, but then when I ignored him, because I was ignoring everybody, I was throwing the baby out with the bathwater, because I didn't want the negative comments, couldn't deal with them, okay? Then later on, it's like, what's wrong with you? You're almost 50, and you're the, fuck you, I look 30. That woman who gives me my bikini, Brazilian, whatever, when I told her how old I was, she's like, are you kidding me? You're 45, I can't believe it, you know? I don't care if I'm almost 50, all right? I don't care. I don't care. I'm not trying to be 20, I'm not pretending that I'm 20, I'm not trying to whatever. I'm just doing what I feel like doing to try to make it through this, you know what I mean? And have fun, or just to not be invisible, okay? You're not, even stupid Simon, who I don't particularly care for because he's mean to everybody, but he said, you know, there's no age cap on talent, period, okay? You don't just have to, you know, disappear or become whatever, or just you're not going to tell me who I can be or what I can accomplish or whatever. I don't care how old I am. Age is just a number. Age is just a fucking number. Okay? When I was 40, Charlie, the one who was giving me back my confidence, Donald had destroyed, he, when I told him exactly how old I was, and this was when I was 232 pounds, he said, he's like, you're 40? He's like, I know 25-year-olds that don't look as good as you. He didn't care how old I was. He thought at my age, at 40, I could become famous or whatnot. But, you know, I keep having more and more shit happen to me, you know. I met Charlie. I never met him in person, but I met him, remember, before Donald left me for dead at the bottom of that hill, where I knocked unconscious, lump this big on the back of my head, and woke up to strangers telling me, we saw what happened, let us call the police. No. So see, it doesn't matter anyway, it's the climb, just like Miley Cyrus' song. I know she didn't write that. I don't think I think she's one of those, she just sings, she doesn't write her own stuff. I could bet money on that without knowing. But if you don't even try, you know, I don't even want to be here, like I said, but if I'm going to be here, I'm going to do whatever the fuck I please, as long as I don't break any major laws. I say major laws because little things like smoking pot or whatnot, you know, yeah, it's illegal and I'm not doing it anyway. I'm just saying, in theory, hypothetically, I'm saying as long as I don't hurt anybody, as long as I don't break any major laws. I'm breaking the law if I sneak booze riding on the train. I don't care, okay? If I'm drinking out of a, you know, out of something that you don't know there's booze in. As long as I don't break any major laws, I can do whatever I want, okay? And I don't care about the stupid guys that, you're 50, what are you doing that? What do you raise? I don't care. I'm not 50 anyway. I'm 45, and I don't look it. I never have. When I was 30, I looked 18, because I had people telling me so. Strangers. And not strangers who were trying to get in my pants. On one of my things, you know. Marion's always cute. You're in fantasy, yeah. Fantasyland got me back this from what I've shown you in pictures, the 232-pound lure. Then here's to Fantasyland, baby. Here's to living in fucking Fantasyland. The end.